Welcome to the Baking Pantry Clean Out. This was filmed back in April and I decided to keep it because technically this was before the 1,000 item declutter challenge started, but it does kind of relate to getting rid of some things and using it up and just getting organized. So you'll see a little bit of an update later. So I just moved down for now to the food area because the plan was to be able to cook something from here once a week to eventually get everything down. First up is some Pop-Tarts, so I moved those onto the bench. My son had those for breakfast the next day. There was just 2 in there. I did get rid of this savoury muffin mix. You probably see me put it back a bit later, but I did actually get rid of it. My mum probably cleaned out her pantry and gave it to me. Our brownie mix, got this from Coles on clearance for $2, and I will get them again if they're ever on clearance because it is such a good thing to have that, because so quickly you just add in some eggs and a little bit of oil and you've got brownies. So good for super late baking at night. I've got a packet of oats here. I don't know why. Oh, they're from Aldi. I think I bought them for a food challenge. So I will stick them into a big container where I save all of the oats. I'm pretty sure this is just 2 packets of icing that I've left inside the box so I can keep all the packets together and also remember how to make said icing, because some are different. Most of them it's just add a bit of milk and a bit of butter, but it just depends what kind of cake I'm icing. And oh yeah, I did say it's the end of April, it's past Easter. I bought some Easter eggs on clearance and I stuck them in the cupboard because I'm going to use that one day. So I think I just divided them up for everybody to eat to get rid of them. We got a couple of greens packets here. There's a custard tart and a strawberry mousse thing that I would have bought really cheap. That's why I've had them. A couple of packets of biscuits that I no doubt bought for a recipe. I know what it is. I'm not going to tell you because I do have a plan to get around to doing it. Something I saw on TikTok. We've got a packet of glazed donuts, and I stand there reading the packet for a bit trying to figure out how that's going to work. That could be a plan to make. We have various random little bits of packets of stuff in here too. When my daughter makes snickerdoodles, she makes up her own cinnamon and sugar. I've just dropped that on the ground. Oh, a couple of packets of pastry flans that my mum gave me. Sprinkles. They're going to go on the drawer. I'm trying to group like items together. So one drawer has a whole lot of chocolate. Oh, Oreo packets. And the other drawer has like sprinkles and cupcakes and things like that. Well, we've got another cake. Yes, that is chocolate cake completely. So we're going to make that. And then hubby can have some chocolate cake for work. For some reason, the packet was open. I clearly thought one night at midnight, probably, I was going to make a cake. And I opened the packet and I never got around to it. So yes, hooray, we have a whole cake mix. I think something came up that I had to move on to something else or go somewhere. So I just started packing everything back into the cupboard, and I've got a couple of things to work on now that we're going to make. But everything else I just kind of stuck in there because it was like, if I pull it all out, I'm just going to have to stick it all back in again. And I was going to pull everything out and put it into a box and say, this is what we're going to be working through. But I don't have the best of luck for things like that. The box just ends up being moved around constantly. So what I think I'll do is that I'll film the use it up challenge going through the pantry, and I'll just film one thing at a time. So it will probably take a lot longer to go through everything, but we will get there. So first thing is we're going to make a chocolate cake for hubby to take to work. Here's a hack for lining some trays. You just flip it over and then mold the paper around the outside, and then when you flip it back over, it will just sit very easily in there. You don't need to use anything to adhere it to the sides. So put the chocolate cake in there, and then we're going to bake it. I cut it up and I wrapped it all up, which I don't show you on camera, but you get the theory of it. The next day I had made some of these brownies. There's actually 2 of these packets in here, and I don't know how big they think a brownie should be. However, there's no way that we're getting 50 out of the packet. I get about 16 out of my slab and some bits. Let me know if you're an edge brownie person or a middle person. I'm a middle person, although I do like to crunch on the edges. We've also made a lemon saucing pudding. The expiry date, oh my gosh. Do you know what? We were all fine. No one was sick. So be it. It's cake. What can I say? The lemon was a little bit liquidy. I probably added a little bit too much liquid, but it was fine. And then I also made these donuts. I didn't do the glaze because I couldn't be bothered. And we had all this cinnamon that I wanted to use up that had been sitting in the cupboard with snickerdoodles because I had cross-contaminated it with something else. My daughter can't eat this packet mix of the donuts because they have a nut warning on them. So I just used the cinnamon sugar that we had cross-contaminated with something else, and I put them with the donuts to make hot cinnamon donuts. And I made my daughter some apple muffins off screen for her to have instead. In case you're new here or you're just confused, let me give you a quick brief rundown of how the kitchen works and how it will be moving forward. So on the left here is our pantry. It was here when we moved into the house. There's the fridge. You've seen me declutter this. So we've got the mugs that are here. We've got all the kitchen appliances that are in this cupboard here. And this is the pantry where all the food is. Right up the top is stockpile. We've got snacks, we've got breakfast things, and then down below is all the meal things. So any like right now food or household food is going to be housed in the pantry. Over here we have a baking pantry because we got the kitchen redone in 21, and after 2020 I was going to start a baking business from home, and everyone said to me, get a separate pantry to hold all your things so it's separate from the house and the health inspectors can say, yep, cool. So that's what I did, because also we wanted more storage space anyway. So at the time of filming this, it's December. So as you can see, I have moved those drawers that were in the middle right up to the top. My protein powders are here. All the Tupperware is here because it's flour, sugar, etc. And down here is a hot mess. There is one more cupboard that I will be decluttering in the series as well. And this will be decluttered, but then we'll be doing a use it up challenge to go through all the packets of stuff that is here. Here is a brief before of what all the Tupperware in the pantry used to look like. However, I was trying to start some stockpiling and I was running out of room for everything. So then they came out to go in the baking pantry, and then the top of the cupboard used to look like this. You've just seen what it does look like. So we will be working on that moving forward, and the drawers are sitting here in the lounge room ready to be sold. They've got all the cookie cutters and things in there too. So slowly but surely we will get around to everything. So stay tuned. We're still going to declutter the pantry, which you may or may not have seen at the time of filming this. And we'll be doing use it up because I want to make sure I go through everything. It was going to take me a while to film, but that's the joy of the process, isn't it? We don't need 5 desserts in 1 week. I'm going to spread them out a little bit for sure. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.